Welcome back to the channel, everyone. We just bought this Corolla for $200. It's got about 113,000 miles on it. Has the 1.6 liter inline four. This thing left the factory with about 100 horsepower. It's sit for 2 years. Don't really know the condition, but let's go check it out. Taking a look on the inside, you got a nice blue interior everywhere. Everything is blue. Take a look under the hood. Yeah, nothing exciting. Hopefully it still runs. See if it'll crank. Probably won't because the battery's 2 years old. Nothing. She wants to start. Doesn't say it has gas in it, but I don't know if the gas gauge is broken.
Gas could be bad for sitting after that long too.
She wants to start though.
Oh, come on.
Yeah!
Hello!
Radio works. We got reverse. And we got drive. Look at that. Might not have to do anything to this.
Al, how's that steering wheel?
Sticky.
Floor it. Oh, you're slipping.
A little more. It died.
It died?
Yeah, the car died.
Tell him when he needs to stop. Stop. I guess we're gonna find out if the seals are good.
You can't even tell it's running. We got 4 people in a 100 horsepower Corolla. Let's see what happens. You got this seatbelt that's like that. Oh, yeah, that's good.
We are so...
Oh!
Yeah, we're low to the ground.
This thing's a cruiser.
It is, dude.
This thing's so swayy, yeah.
You're not Ford, are you?
I'm Ford now.
Smell something there. Is that the brakes? I don't smell it.
Could be.
Nice. So we get to a quarter mile in about 2 days, huh? Every time you let off this thing, I feel like it's not running anymore.
Like that?
Yeah.
Come on.
Uh-oh.
We're cruising. Alright, we're gonna just stop right here.
You gotta figure out what's going on with that, huh?
That
That's
the battery's just gonna be completely toast.
We also have some goodies here for it.
We have. What kind of shit is order?
Automatic transmission filter kit. $2.
We have filter, state-of-the-art rain repellent washer blades, brake pads, brake shoes, some good old-fashioned 5W30 motor oil, ATF for your transmission, and fuel filter.
Got her up in the air, starting with an oil change. Oil draining, looking pretty gross.
Looking very gross. Got a glove too.
Yeah, what happened?
I may have dropped the drain plug in the oil.
Looks like something's been living in there. How's the new one look versus the old? Cleaner. Is that? It looks a little bit thicker. Hopefully it fits.
A little bit more airflow. Getting them horsepowers out of this thing.
That's right. We need to get all the power we can get. You alright over there? Giving her the good stuff. We're trying to get the trunk open now. We don't have a key for it, so we don't really know what's inside. It might be like an episode of Storage Wars. Find something valuable.
Screwdriver always helps.
What we got here? Jumper cables. Nice. Ooh, fluids.
How about windshield wipers after we just swapped them out?
And air filter. Would you imagine that?
Man, we could have saved a whole $3. Ooh, and we got a foot pump. You can blow up our tires.
Hey, look at that.
Oh, dude.
20 years apart, same part number.
What else we got?
No.
Oh, let's go.
Hang them bad boys up.
Perfect. Working on the transmission now. We got our $2.50 gasket and filter kit here. Looks like it's been sitting in a warehouse for the past 20 years. So hopefully it works. Trans fluid's looking a little brown. Looking more like motor oil than it is trans fluid. Look at that. Should be red. We got the pan off. The fluid's super dark. But other than that, it's looking good. Especially for the age of the car, you know. Got the trans filter all changed out. It's not looking too bad. There's some trash in it, but nothing major.
I'm a little clumsy today. We're not gonna be able to hold on to it to spin it because it's gonna be greasy for the rest of the next 2 years.
Here's a napkin.
Oh, yes, thank you.
Pan's going back in.
Careful, SpongeBob.
I'm trying to put in the new fuel filter, but it's down here, so we had to take all this stuff off. Original fuel filter, probably. Look at that. Everything that came out of the stock filter was brown. Didn't look like gasoline at all. The new fuel filter is in. Should help us out a little bit considering the fuel in here was pretty old. Something living behind the front and back tire here. What's behind rim number 3? So we're 3 for 3 on stuff living inside the tire. That's behind rim number 4. So we're 4 for 4 on things living in our rims.
Gotta start paying rent. What are we doing here, fellas?
Gotta get your protein in. Got her on stands. We'll start doing the brakes here in a minute. The rotors don't look too bad. It's got some surface rust on it from sitting, but other than that, there's no ridges or really grooves in this at all. It's gonna pump out this nasty old brake fluid and swap it out with some nice fresh stuff. Look at that. Can't even see through that. It should be clear. The power steering fluid here, just as dark as the brake fluid. You just swallow that, make you go blind. We got our Amazon smoke tester here. Runs off this battery. Stuck it in this vacuum line here. We had something that would go in here. We can't find it, so we're just gonna plug it off with a rag. And we'll smoke test this, see if we need any vacuum liners. If we do, we can run to the store while we go get the battery.
I already see a leak.
It should be warmed up. Is this pumping? Oh yeah. It's going. We've been smoke testing this for about 10 minutes now, 10-15 minutes. Doesn't look like there's anything leaking, which is kind of surprising considering half the stuff looks dry rotted. You can see it's full smoke coming out of here. So it looks good. Got a vacuum bleeder on the brakes. Watching the fluid to make sure it's topped off. See all the air bubbles coming out of there. We're hoping that the new battery will fix our stalling issues. We know there's no vacuum leaks, so that's good. If it keeps stalling out on us, we're probably gonna check out this idle air control valve, see what's going on with it. Maybe it might be dirty, not letting the engine idle right. We got the brakes done, the brakes bled, oil changed, transmission fluid changed, wipers changed, new battery. We'll go take it on a drive and see what happens.
It does smell kind of hot.
Yeah, it's just burning off, you know, the layer of schmoo it's built up for the past couple of years.
Good point, yeah.
We'll hit her with the seafoam. While doing the seafoam, it started overheating a little bit. So I guess we got to figure out now why the radiator fans aren't coming on. All right, so we didn't get it on film, but somehow he honked the horn and then the radiator fans came on. So I'm not really sure what that's about, but I'm gonna call that fixed.
That doesn't make any sense.
So if it starts overheating, just hit the horn. Give her help! Let's see if it stalls. It sounds like one speaker works in here.
It's right behind me, too.
Huh?
What?
Oh, not too bad. Brake check. Oh God.
Holy hell. Okay, the brakes work.
Yep.
Brakes really work.
Well, I think we might have solved our stalling problem. Must have been the battery all along.
Yeah, I'd say so.
It's a little rough at idle, but it's old. So we bought the Corolla for $200, and as you saw earlier, the filters, brakes, wipers, and fluids came out to the wallet-burning price of $61.77. We did have to buy some stuff from the parts store, such as the battery, oil filter, brake fluid, power steering fluid, and seafoam, which totaled up to $183.93. In all, we spent $245.70 on the parts, $200 on the car, which comes out to $445.70. Not too bad considering we got a roadworthy vehicle for less than $500. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.